Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's not construction update because I'm still in New Mexico, but I do have something to share with you. First, let's get this out of the way. I reckon there's a lot of cardboard right there. I just moved in. There's a lot of stuff, and yeah, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. Last weekend was the start of Balloon Fiesta, which is so cool. However, it was cloudy and windy on Saturday, and I had every intention of getting up and going and seeing the balloons, but they were static. I got a note at like 4 a.m. they were static display. So you know I went back to bed. And then on Sunday, I meant to get up, I really did, but I slept in. I had big plans. I was gonna hike to the top of the Sandias, and then I was gonna watch the balloons race from there. And I did not do that. And I did not get any footage, but I did see some balloons, and they were like quite magical and quite incredible. The hike was so lovely. And I can't wait to do it again. The aspens were like yellow and orange and like in between all the pine trees. It was actually pretty special. I was pretty impressed. Like, hats off to New Mexico. Also, I was like passing by a bunch of ski slopes, and I was passing by cross-country ski trails. Very exciting. So I guess I'll have to bring my cross-country ski gear out here for when it starts snowing, but it's quite warm here still. While I was doing all of that, Fish Guy was off adventuring with Mr. Butter. Oh my gosh, he's so good, you guys. I'll insert some clips here because I miss him so much, but I get to see him in just a couple days.
Butter, come here. You got 3 on your leash.
Here is what I want to show you guys today. So I'm working through like designing the kitchen, and like we have general layouts, but I wanted to show you guys what we have planned and see if you you guys are very smart, so see if you have any suggestions. Just like, look at that sunset. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm obsessed. You can't see the mountains on the other side, but trust me when I tell you they're pretty. That's me. I'm sitting in what is going to be one of the openings in the kitchen. That opening I was sitting in right here. Doorway into the kitchen. Then we have this big refrigerator. This is from the other side. I was sitting here. This is the dining room through that little opening. We'll have this big 48-inch refrigerator in here. We'll have our big 36-inch range over here, and we'll have like countertops in between here, a hood over here, and cabinets along the top. That's we're pretty set on that. I'm not sure what we're gonna do for these sills. Should we do it like the same as the countertops? Or should we do like some wood trim? Should we just drywall it? That is what it looks like from the dining room side. Now, right now we're thinking the piano might fit right here, maybe some artwork. The piano also might go on the other wall. So over here, as you walk through the new doorway into the kitchen, the plan right now is little beverage bar situation. So we have the wine fridge, and then we'll end up with a small sink over here and a little like drink glass filler and maybe like a beverage rinser. Maybe we'll go with a little bit wider sink than that. We do have 16 inches to work with there, give or take, because this dimension is, we've got room to work with there. We also have a 2-drawer dishwasher that'll go there. Over in this area, we're gonna have a table. I've got this really cool 3-sided church pew. We're very excited to put that there. It'll kind of be U-shaped, like this-ish. I don't know. I don't remember the exact dimensions, but I know it'll fit right there. The vision for all of this is that out of this wall is the most pretty view of all the trees in the mountains. So we wanted to maintain that. So right now there's a sliding glass door right about here. But my idea is that first I was maybe a nano wall, which is a very long wall that opens up. However, they're very expensive. So with that, right now the plan is to go for 3 60-inch doors. And like we don't know exactly what we're going for, but like we want to be able to see the mountains through. I don't know exactly like what the finish should be that all open out, kind of like that. But let me know what you think about for that. Then moving on, oh, we can talk about the island next. So the reason we want those doors is like the center of the kitchen, the sink. I want to be able to like be at the sink, be cooking, be able to look out through into the mountains. I think it'd be so cool. But so like really big island, 118 inches. That's, you know, pretty dang close to 10 feet long. So like sink in the middle, like big island, and then on the other side we want to have like bar stools over here. Maybe like a hidden outlet, maybe like storage underneath the island. We really liked the idea of doing like a warm tone, like butcher block on the island. I like this one too. This one is like earthy. I mean, something that's like cabinety. Like if we could find one that was like live edge, that would be really cool too, I think. Now I want to talk about the pantry. So the pantry is like a weird space, and it took a while to figure this out because at first we were gonna have like a wall here and here. But then I was sitting in the living room way down over here, and I found that if I was like looking just through here, I got this like beautiful mountain view, and I was like, why would I put a wall back in there? But then I ended up with a weird, so then we had to extend the wall here so that there's like a good delineation between the rest of the house and like the living room area and the kitchen area. So then we end up with this pantry space, which is slated to be 6 feet wide. Now the idea here is that we have 2 sets of 36-inch wide drawers, and this will be good storage for like snacks and like larger items. And then above we'll have like a little countertop that kind of matches the rest of the kitchen, and above that we'll have you know, some sort of cabinet doors in like rows of 2. And then over here we used to have a wall that went out here, but then you end up with this like incredibly narrow long closet. We figured it would be better if we didn't put a wall there and we just had it be a reach-in closet, and we'll put an outlet in there so that our vacuum can be in there and our brooms, rags, all the cleaning supplies that you need. Maybe we'll put a little station for butter over there. Although I did tell Fish Guy that we should build a little like water fountain into the island for butter. So I wanted to talk about the palettes, the color palette we have going. So this is the color that's in the living room, and we think we're gonna use this for the kitchen as well, but I'm not sure. So this is about the color of our floors that are going throughout the house. And this is a product that we want to have on some of the walls in the house where it makes sense, as like an accent. And we've got like this beam. But yeah, I think figuring out how to incorporate that will give it like more of the log cabin feel that we're going for. Let me know what you think about the color. So we have some inspiration photos. What I liked about this one was the big butcher block. And I liked that pop of green because I still do like the green color, but I really like the way that they incorporated like the wood tones in here as well. I also loved the way that the ceiling was vaulted and there are a lot of windows, a lot of light. I like how simple the backsplash is in this one. I loved how they had green on the walls and then a different tone of like a deep navy blue green on the cabinets, and then how that paired nicely with the wood ceiling detail on this. I think that's so super cool. I like how they have wood on the casework here. I mean, you've got like 3 or 4 different types of tones of wood, maybe 5, and somehow it all works really well together. And look, they've got like mismatched countertops here, and somehow it's like very elegant. I also really like the way that they have the pots hanging there. I think that's really cool. That's something my parents have in their kitchen. Look at this one. So this is one that Fish Guy picked out that I love. It's like, it gives a barn aesthetic. It's very rustic, and oh, I love the blues. I'm obsessed with the color blue though. Maybe we could go for blue in the kitchen. I don't know, I love green too though. I'm so conflicted. Oh, there goes the cardboard. I really like the way that the beams up here have like been roughed up. I mean, let's be honest, they're probably not naturally like that. Someone is like a carpenter has probably roughed it up. Mr. Carpenter told us about this, this practice that they do. But what I enjoy here is how there's like a painted lower cabinet with like the warm tones above. So you still get some of the color, and we could maintain that like green feeling without making it like a color drench. I think that could be very cool. I also like, it's nice how clean that countertop looks being white, and look at all those outlets. I do like that, and I love the barnwood beams. That's really cool. Oh, also like this rough sawn casework around the windows. I don't know, you guys. Let me know what you think. But this is what we're working with, and this is like the general setup of the kitchen. I think the layout is pretty good, but I'm open to suggestions. But yeah. So next weekend we are gonna add more flooring in because we need to get our pellet stove installed. We're gonna do some yard stuff. So yeah, I think that's all I got for this week, but we'll see you next time. Toodles!